From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Brian Todd with today's Voice Briefing. It's Monday, December 16th, 2024.
This is Todd Spangler, Washington correspondent for the Detroit Free Press. President Biden made history by granting clemency to some 1,500 nonviolent federal prisoners. More than 36 of them had their cases initially processed in Michigan. According to federal prison records, most of them were involved in drug trafficking, and all of them had been serving the remainder of their sentences at home following the COVID pandemic. But there were a few notable cases among them. For instance, 64-year-old Gregory McKnight of Swartz Creek pleaded guilty 13 years ago to wire fraud as part of a $72 million Ponzi scheme. Prosecutors said at the time he solicited investments from thousands of people and then failed to invest that money as promised. His sentence wasn't expected to end until next December. 54-year-old Millicent Traylor, on the other hand, was the Detroit doctor, sentenced in 2018 to more than 11 years in prison. She was part of what prosecutors described as a wider $9 million scheme to make fraudulent Medicare claims for home health care and services. She wasn't set to end her sentence until May 2026. By commuting those sentences, Biden leaves the convictions in place, but shortens the time those people are considered to be in custody. The White House said the number of commutations made Thursday was, quote, the largest single-day grant of clemency in modern history, end quote. Biden leaves office on January 20th, 2025, as President-elect Donald Trump is inaugurated.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. It's not every day that news of someone losing a job at General Motors goes viral on TikTok. But it's not every day, I guess, that someone is alerted by email that they're about to be let go. Adam Bernard shared his shock via LinkedIn when he lost his job at GM's Tech Center in Warren on Friday morning, November 15th. But a recruitment specialist in Wisconsin spotted the LinkedIn post and suddenly ran with it. Joel Lalke asked, imagine getting laid off from a company after 38 years of loyalty. This guy, he said, has been working for GM literally longer than I have been alive. Many say the TikTok grew in popularity because working people expect more from big companies, more than a cold corporate email about job reductions. But that is what we're starting to see, and some companies are getting called out for it. The job outlook for 2025 could be a mixed bag, but some expect that job cuts could continue in several industries, including the auto industry. It's time to prepare and time to set aside emergency funds of 3 months to 6 months to cover expenses, just in case.
This is Detroit Free Press auto critic Mark Phelan. Can muscle car owners learn to love an electric car? If it's fast, loud, and menacing looking, you're darn right they can. The first test of that theorem is about to roll out of Dodge dealerships with a thunderous electronically generated exhaust note and other sound modes that encourage conversation inside the car and won't wake the neighbors when you pull out of the driveway at 5:30 in the morning. The 2024 Dodge Daytona Charger, a big coupe with fastback styling that recalls everything from recent Dodge Hellcats to the '68 Charger, but simultaneously looks new, asserts that Dodge will remain the self-appointed protector of American performance cars as the auto industry enters its electric age. I recently drove a couple of Charger Daytonas on surface streets, highway, and twisting mountain lanes for a day around Phoenix. It's got the look, the sound, and the performance. The most powerful current model has up to 670 horsepower, sprints from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.3 seconds, and runs the quarter in 11.5. That's faster than a Hemi-powered Hellcat. Electric power is the latest in a string of improvements that muscle car pioneers couldn't have imagined, but would have approved of. From fuel injection to automatic transmissions that are faster and more efficient than a manual, electricity is now the next technology to make the American performance car better. Four-door Chargers and models powered by Dodge's twin-turbo Hurricane internal combustion engine are coming too.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.